Hi, my name is Duma Ndlovu. I met Voza Rivers in the early 80s, probably was 1982, 83. He and Andre Robinson were running a theater company up in Harlem called the Roger Furman New Heritage Theater. They were working with a young lady named Phyllis Stickney, an extremely talented young person who is actually the person who introduced me to Voza and Andre. Voza and Andre opened their doors to me, and I remember Voza as executive producer of the theater. He was the most giving person I had ever met. They made a beautiful combination, both him and Andre. Voza had a generosity of spirit that made most of the things that we ended up doing in the 80s possible, because he had a vision, number one, but number two, because he had the biggest heart. He then, even now, allowed people to do what they could. And I think when I met them, they did see some kind of possibility of some of the things that we could do. But I don't think we knew, all of us then, that we were going to change the face of black theater in the United States by doing some of the things that we did. Voza then took me by hand and walked with me, and together I think we made a major dent into the history of black theater. We introduced South African theater to American audiences, and of course later on we were to work with the Lincoln Center. We probably made the biggest impact by any theater coming from outside of the United States with a festival we did at the Lincoln Center, and then we brought Asina Mali, we then brought Sarafina. But it all started in I think 84, 83, 84 with a production called Voza Albert. I want to say congratulations to the team that decided to honor Voza, because he deserves it. He, in the history of black theater, is one of those unsung heroes. He needs to be lauded and applauded because he's one of those people who have made an amazing impact in black theater. Black theater is the way it is today, particularly in the uptown community of New York City. And I want to argue around the country because of people like Voza. He has played a phenomenal role in bringing attention to black theater. From when it was still funded heavily to now when it is no longer funded, when it is really a struggle. What is Voza's legacy? Voza's legacy is that he leads by giving support. Voza is not one of those people who wants to be in front. He allows young, talented people to take the lead, and then he gives them this massive support so that they can be better at what they do. That has been his quality throughout his life. He has been the lifeline and the lifeblood of the uptown community, and still is even now. And I want to add my voice to those that wish him well and say that God continues to bless him. He also is one of those people who never gave up. We wouldn't have black theater in communities like the Harlem community today if it wasn't for people like Voza, because consistently he's one of those people that have worked to make sure that not only theater, actually the arts are celebrated in our communities. To my big black brother, I just want to say to him, I wish him well, I love him with all my heart. South African theater wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for Voza, because after being celebrated in the United States, then the whole world joined in celebrating South African theater. He's been to South Africa. He needs to come back and do some more work. And I just want to take this time to say, big up on you, my brother. You are an amazing person. You've got the biggest heart I've ever met.